Hey there, my name is Andy Beard and I'm from Bevel State Community College, and this video is going to serve as an orientation for the EMT course that is coming up spring of 2021 that your student, your high school student, has applied for a scholarship for. So this may catch you off guard just a little bit, but hopefully we'll fill in some gaps and give you some good information, and you can come back and we'll give you some contact information at the end of the video so you can reach out to us if you have any further questions. So two things before we get started. Again, my name is Andy Beard and I'm one of the EMT instructors, and this is part of my job description is to reach out to you guys and make sure you have all the information. So you're probably going to want to go get a pen and pad to write down some notes, maybe ask some questions we can get to later by email. And the other thing is you need to watch this entire video. So I'm going to try to hit everything here on my list, but some of the really important stuff may come at the end. So don't skip around on it. Watch the whole thing. I'm betting we get this done in less than 30 minutes. So the EMT program is Emergency Medical Technician. This is a one semester class that's given. It's going to be given on for your high school senior during the spring semester. It is a dual enrollment career tech class. Dual enrollment is the idea that you can take one class and get high school and college credit for it at the same time. A lot of people are familiar with this. It's also a career tech program. Career tech is like a grant scholarship that was designed to help the workforce fill jobs that are in high demand right now. A lot of those blue collar jobs that we always used to call them. So EMS, we are short staffed all over the nation. So this course falls under the Career Tech program. So that's where our money's going to come from as far as our scholarship goes. So this may catch you a little bit off guard. You may be thinking, my students never mentioned anything about being a firefighter or an EMT before. That's perfectly fine. When we reached out to the students, some of our biggest draws for the course are people who may be interested in nursing school, maybe being a physician assistant, or maybe even medical school. We think this course is relevant for all those fields. It's not just for the pre-hospital side of EMS, and so don't let that catch you off guard. Your student hasn't changed their career path. They just think that this fits in there, and this is a great opportunity that won't cost you hardly any money. So the dual enrollment career tech course, EMS 118, 119, it's actually two classes. EMS 118 is going to be what we do in the classroom. That's going to be your lectures, the homework assignments, doing any quizzes that we do in class, and then also all the hands-on learning. All that comes under the heading of EMS 118. So this semester we're going to be meeting on Tuesdays and Thursdays at your respective campuses, which I'll give you that information in just a minute. The EMS 118 class it has a little bit different grading scale than what you might be used to. So we use what's very common in health sciences, that grading scale, which is you have to have a 92 to get an A. So it's a 92 to 100 is an A. 91 to an 83 is a B. And then an 82 to a 75 is a C. You must have a 75% in the class to pass the class. Okay, so anything under a 75 is going to essentially be scored as an F. So need to keep that in mind. It is a commitment on your part, students, to make sure those grades are maintained. The 119 portion of the course is a 1 college credit hour class. EMS 118 is 9 college credits, and EMS 119 is 1 college credit. That's the clinical portion of the class. So in the clinical portion, we're going to put our students with a local EMS provider. Historically, it's been with regional paramedics that services our area, and they will be running 911 calls. They serve 4 12-hour periods with that respective provider, and these are generally done on the weekends with very few exceptions on that. Obviously, your student's going to be in the in classes Monday through Friday, more than likely, or have online commitments that they'll need to meet during Mondays and Fridays. So Saturdays and Sundays is when we will schedule this. Again, only 4 of those. They start about halfway through the semester, and we allow the students to have a say-so in that scheduling process. And if there's any dates that are just coming up, like trips to Disney World or weddings or anything like that, then we try our best to work around that. So keep that in mind. I'm going to come back to EMS 119 in a minute and talk a little bit about uniforms and stuff like that. So what I want to talk about right now is getting the class started. So if you're probably, pardon me, very aware that the Jefferson County School calendar has you guys starting on January 20th, and Bevel State starts classes on January 8th, which is on a Friday. The class is going to be held on Tuesday, Thursday, which makes that Bevel State's first day of class for the EMT class is on January the 12th. January the 12th. Make sure you write that date down. So on January the 12th, every student, regardless of what campus you're going to be attending throughout the rest of the semester, will come to Bevel State Summerton campus. It's going to be in building 1500, 1500. It's going to be in room 1520, 1520. So you'll report there at 6 o'clock p.m. Class will probably last till about 10 o'clock that night. And that's going to be every student. And then we're going to continue to meet on the Summerton campus at Bevel State for that Tuesday, Thursday, following that, and then the following Tuesday. So Tuesday, Thursday, and again on Tuesday. All right? And then the next morning should be January 20th. Then you should report to your respective campuses starting on those dates, actually on that next Thursday. So all classes will be held on Tuesday, Thursdays, and everyone will report to Bevel State Summerton campus on January 12th, Tuesday at 6 p.m., building 1500, room 1520. So there's basically 3 categories of students that should be watching this right now. There may be some others that we'll address those directly at a later time. But you should find yourself in one of 3 categories. So you should find yourself as either an Oak Grove student, a Corner student, or a Gardendale High School student. So let's start with Oak Grove. Oak Grove, so unfortunately, the participation, we only had 3 people apply for the scholarship this year. So we do not have enough people to have the class on your campus. But that's not the end of it. You are still going to be awarded the scholarship. You're just going to be required to come to the Summerton campus Tuesdays and Thursday nights, 6 to 9. Okay? And Miss Lamarca is aware of this, and we're going to work out all the details on that. So again, we will not be on the Oak Grove campus in the spring of 2021. Those students who receive scholarship will need to come to the Summerton campus, building 1500, 1520, every Tuesday, Thursday night from 6 to 9. So Corner High School students, we do have enough students to have the class on your campus. So your schedule would be coming to the Summerton campus on January 20th. And then again, I believe that's going to be on the 14th. And then also the following Tuesday. And then the second Thursday, which would be the January 21st, you will be on your campus, first and second block of the school day on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And we will that should be a pretty smooth transition, and we will be preaching that constantly in those 3 class sessions we meet on the Summerton campus at the very beginning of the class. Also, Gardendale High School students. So we do have enough participation to have a class on your campus. Miss Kearney should be in touch with you to work out all those details. It, again, will be Tuesdays and Thursdays on your campus. I believe it's going to be first and second block. So you as well will report to Summerton campus on January 12th. And then that you will be on Summerton campus at 6 p.m. on the 14th. And then again on Summerton campus at 6 p.m. on the 19th. And on the 21st, we will be on the Gardendale campus, first and second block. Again, we're going to be preaching this through those first few class sessions that we meet on the Summerton night at the Summerton campus at the night class. So there shouldn't be any confusion at that point. So you might want to write that down. Probably want to play that back and make sure you get the details. If you're confused about it, just reach out to us with the contact information I give you at the end of the video. So let's move on to talk a little bit more about EMS 119. So the 119 was the clinical portion of the course. So I told you about some of the expectations of that as far as scheduling goes, the 4 12-hour periods. So there is a uniform that is required for students to wear, and that uniform is not covered in your scholarship. So I'm going to go over that real quick. So the clinical uniform, first of all, it's going to be a polo shirt that Bevel State EMS has on campus that you'll purchase from us. $22, just a standard polo shirt like the one I'm wearing right now. It's green, it's got white stripes. I know what you're thinking. It sounds amazing, and it is. You're all going to look great in it. It's got a patch over the chest, and it says Bevel State Emergency Medical Technician. So that shirt is required. You will have to purchase that shirt, $22. We'll have plenty of opportunities to take care of that once class starts. Next is your pants. Your pants, we require you to wear a black cargo pant. The most common style would be the BDU pant, the battle dress uniform pant, that very similar to what the military wears. So we have a recommendation on that. We're not affiliated with this company in any way, but bdu.com, bdu.com. If you'll go on that website, it'll take you to a place where you can look at a whole bunch of products. So there's pants there for about $29, and that's perfectly acceptable for what we need. It's just important that they're black and they all look uniform. So if you have a pair of black pants that you don't want to buy the BDU pants, that's fine as long as they're black and you have free movement in them. That should be sufficient. Also, shoes, footwear. Now, you can also purchase that from bdu.com or at least look on there and get you some ideas. So probably the most common shoe that our students wear, as well as the employees that work for these services, the most common shoe would be the high-tech style shoe. It looks like a military style shoe. The two properties we're most concerned with is, number one, being able to have some ankle support. And so that high-tech boot does provide that. And also being able to polish the shoe. You want a shoe that you can polish. So definitely sneakers, tennis shoes, that's not going to be acceptable. We're not going to require you to polish your shoes. We want you to look good. But more than anything, sometimes things get a little messy on clinicals. And you definitely want something that's going to not soak in through your sock, that you can wipe off and put some disinfectant on and not sacrifice the integrity of the shoe, okay? Also a non-slip sole, that's a great idea too. These pants and the shoes, you can spend as much money as you want to on them. The shoes and the pants, actually, Walmart sells a version of these that a lot of our students will get. You can spend upwards of $100 on pants and $200 or $300 on shoes. Not necessary. Don't go do that. Look at this website we provided for you and investigate that. I think you're going to be very satisfied with how those products work out. If the shoe's a little uncomfortable, you're only going to wear it 4 times, maybe you could run down to a local Walmart and get an insert, and that shoe's going to be really comfortable, at least for our needs. So that pretty much takes care of and a belt. Pardon me, a belt. So just a black belt, nothing real fancy. One of the web belts, the Boy Scout style belts. Guys and dads, you're probably familiar with that. You probably order that online. I bet you can get it for less than $10. So that pretty much covers the uniform. We do require there to be a physical. So if you've had an athletic physical in the last year, that's probably going to be sufficient. We'll just get a copy of that physical, and we can move forward with that. If you haven't had a physical in the last year, we have a physical form that we're going to provide for you, either through email or the first day of class. So you go to your local doctor and give them the physical, have them to go through it. It's a moderately in-depth physical. We also need records of your immunizations, so your blue cards, either at the high school level or at your pediatrician, if you want to get a copy of that from them. We'll need a copy of those, as well as if you've had the hepatitis vaccine. Most people have. If it's been a while and you're due for something else, or you've had another situation, then we'll just require for a titer to be pulled to make sure you still have that immunity. You'll need the Tdap vaccination if you haven't had that, as well as a 2-read tuberculosis test. So your doctor or care provider is probably going to be familiar with this. And it says the instructions on the physical form. You need to make sure that those instructions are followed. So just a brief overview of it. So you will go and get a tuberculosis test where they inject just underneath your skin with the product. 3 days later, you'll go and have that read. And then you'll wait approximately 7 days. And then you'll repeat that process. You'll go back and have another injection done, and 3 days after that, you'll have that one read. That is a 2-step tuberculosis test, and that's what's required for the class, okay? So it's very important that those steps are followed closely, that you don't let that slip up on you and you miss your retest or your reading. If you do, you have to start the process all over again, and I'm sure you can see how that would begin to delay your clinical portion of the class. And then finally, this time of year, we do require a flu shot. So if you have already had a flu shot, make sure you have record of that or obtain record of that. If you haven't, go ahead and get that flu shot and get the receipt or whatever the doctor gives you as far as a record of you having a flu shot, and we will get that submitted as well. As of right now, so I think it's December 9th. So the vaccination for COVID is not out, so that's not a requirement right now. If that were to come up, then we will inform you about that at a later time, okay? But right now, that's not going to be a topic. So I'm looking through my checklist here to make sure that I've hit all the big stuff. As far as the scholarship goes, so at this point, your student should have already applied for the scholarship. That was an application to the college and a career tech form that you probably signed, parents. Hopefully that was your signature on there, and a residency statement likely, and then finally a single-page sheet that was the actual application for the scholarship. So it was just a one-page scholarship form, basically just name and just some demographic information, and you applying for the scholarship. So the minimum GPA for that scholarship was 2.5, and we were pretty careful about making sure that everyone applied had that 2.5 GPA. So I must tell you that I can't sit here and promise you that you're going to get the scholarship. So there is no guarantee. This is based on available funds. So I will tell you that historically we've been extremely successful in obtaining the scholarship for our students. So as long as the GPA was there and we met all the time requirements as far as applying for it, we have not had to turn any students away to this point. And I will also tell you that historically, this scholarship has included the book. So the book is about $400, I believe, last check, and that includes all of your online access as well. So historically, that has been included. So again, I'm not promising you you've gotten the scholarship. I can't make that guarantee whatsoever. That's up to the committee. But there's a good chance that will happen, and there's a likely chance, a strong chance that the book will be included that as well. But prepare yourself, especially for the textbook portion, if that was not included. we value this scholarship at approximately $2,000 on current in-state tuition rates for Belleville State Community College. It's a total of 10 college credit hours, so that's 9 for the EMS 118 and 1 college credit for 119, and then the approximation of the $400 for the textbook as well. So all of that, again, has historically been covered in the scholarship. So what do you need to do now? What happens next? So all the paperwork has already been turned in, and the committee will meet hopefully pretty soon, and they will be making their decision. Once the decision's made, those people who receive the scholarship will get likely an email, but it could come from the U.S. Postal Service as well. It will be a letter for you saying congratulations, and then you must accept the scholarship. That's very important that you accept the scholarship so we know to procure those funds in your name. Once that happens, then you will just show up for class. That's again on the Summerton campus on January the 12th at 6 p.m. And we will go over a whole lot of this information again at that time. And that first night will probably at least start CPR BLS provider on that night. So that's really what you've got to look forward to. You could go ahead and get the TB skin tests going if you want to, or trying to get your hands on those blue forms. That would probably speed the process up. I'm going to give you some contact information right now, so get those pens ready. So the first email address I'm going to give you is bevillems@gmail.com. So that's BEVILLEMS@gmail.com. So this is what you're going to send to that website. You're going to send a copy of your driver's license and a copy of your health insurance. That would speed things up, and it's also going to let us know that you have watched this video as an orientation. So that's kind of your ticket into the class, if you would say. Let us know that you parents and students have watched this. So a copy of your driver's license and insurance card. Next, I'm going to give you my personal email. So that is charles.bearden, Bearden is BEARDEN, @bscc.edu. So that's my personal email. If you have any questions and you can't get in touch with me any other way, then you feel free to reach out to me at that in that manner. And then my personal cell phone is 205-999-9045. So you're welcome to reach out to me via cell phone as well. So that brings us to one of these last topics we're going to talk about, and that is student privacy. So right now, your student, your high school senior, is not our student, and so we can discuss a whole lot, parents. If you have questions, concerns, anything you want to talk about, I encourage you to reach out to me and let me help you get those answers for those questions. But keep in mind that once the semester starts, and your high school senior becomes my Belleville State student, and there are some privacy issues. So I encourage you to stay informed about the class, ask lots of questions, and if you need to talk to me at that point, once the class starts, then I'll need to have the student on the phone with me and to give me permission, and then we can discuss everything, with him or her being there to witness that, just to protect their privacy. So keep that in mind. We can exchange information and ask questions at any point until the semester starts on January 12th. Let's see. I think that pretty much sums it up. It looks like we're about 24 minutes into this. I'm pretty impressed with myself to get all that information out to you. I bet you've got some questions. Please reach out and get those to me. Get your driver's license and your insurance card to me. Once you do that, if you want to go ahead and get started on your physical, then just request a physical pack through that BevilleEMS@gmail website. And our department secretary, Cindy Tubbs, will reach back out to you and get you an electronic copy of that physical. You can print that out and go ahead and get that started. That would really be a great idea to do, especially over the Christmas holidays. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I really want to share with you guys. I'll close with this. This is a great opportunity for all students who are interested in either the pre-hospital field, whether it be with a private ambulance, with the fire service, or if they're interested in nursing or med school. They get some great knowledge, and more than anything, that really what Bevel has always been a proponent of is making you career ready. This class really lines up with that. 1 semester, short-term certificate, and you can get out and get a job. And that is a great skill to have in this economy, as we all know. So again, please reach out to me however you need to and answer any questions. Be sure to make plans to be at the Summerton class, Summerton Building 1500, room 1520, on January 12th. That's 6 p.m., probably till about 10 p.m. Last thing, I know what it was. Okay, so the last thing, I think I said a while ago, we have this class every semester on the Summerton campus. So this is definitely important for the Oak Grove students. So you will be there in class with just our general education students who are taking this class. So these are going to be, this could be people who are 1 or 2 years older than you. It may be with people who have decided to make a complete career change at a different place in their life. So this is those first 3 class sessions. All of the students will be together. That's the best way to do this logistically, and to make sure that our high school students don't fall behind or are not a full week and a half behind the night students. So that's why we're getting you to come to the night class, to go ahead and get a good start and not be rushed as the semester ends. All right, look forward to seeing all of you on January 12th. Give me a call if you need anything. Thanks a lot.